on the News Channel 5 network. This is the Plus Side of Nashville.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Tawanda Coleman. Thanks for being here. I'm excited to be able to highlight one of Middle Tennessee's leading resources for seniors, and that is 50 Forward. You know, each year they help more than 20,000 seniors live more fulfilling lives and more independent lives as well. So we're going to be talking about some of the programs that they offer. But we're starting things off today talking about an organization that has been for many years now helping folks who are impacted by cancer. And we pretty much all are at some point in our lives impacted by cancer. So I'm excited to have joining me right now Jonathan Wright, who is the Director of Operations and Advancement for Gilda's Club Nashville. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I'm excited to have you here. You're one of my favorite organizations. And I say that a lot of people know you related to the term of Gilda Radner. Mm-hmm. But you do so much for those people who have maybe just figured out, I have cancer. What is my next step? For folks who may not be familiar with exactly what you offer, we know you're over on Music Row, you got the red door, we're familiar with that part about it, but talk about the services that you provide.
Sure, and thanks so much for having us here. And we've been so excited to be a part of this community for a long time, but we know that folks, some folks still don't know about us, and we want to make sure that we can broaden our reach as much as possible. So we empower, strengthen, and sustain anyone impacted by cancer. So it's a pretty ambitious mission. It's anyone impacted by cancer, so that's men and women and children of any age. It's folks that are impacted by any type of cancer, not just any one specific type. And we serve folks throughout their cancer experience. So as you mentioned, it could be someone who is reeling from a new diagnosis, could be someone that's in active treatment, could be someone that is has finished treatment and is sort of enjoying ongoing survivorship but still has ongoing needs. And then certainly we have specific services for folks that are dealing with end-of-life issues. So it's a very broad mission, and we want folks to know about that so we can do everything we can to make sure that no one actually faces cancer alone.
Absolutely. And you're a great resource as well, Jonathan, for folks who may are in the midst of cancer and are just wondering, where do I go to get a weed? Where do I go for this or where do I go for that, aren't you?
Right. And part of what we do, it's really a one-stop shop for anyone that's been impacted by cancer. So certainly there are a lot of services that we provide directly to folks, and they come back to our clubhouse on a regular basis. But everyone that comes into our door has an opportunity to sit down with one of our clinical social workers one-on-one, tell their story, talk about their fears and anxieties, talk about their concerns, talk about whatever is on their mind, and then what we help them do is both navigate what we can provide directly for them and then also make referrals into the community. We have lots of great relationships throughout the Nashville metro area, so that if it's not a service we provide directly, we make sure that we can connect them with an individual or an organization that can make sure all of their needs are getting met.
Absolutely. And the interesting thing about it, too, I think that sometimes when people think about Gilda's Club, I think they think about women. But you're also there to assist men, and not just older women and older men, but younger men, younger women. That's who you also want to reach out to.
It really is. And, you know, there are a variety of reasons why often we get associated with just certain types of cancer or just serving women, and we've certainly served a lot of women in our history, but it's really a point of emphasis for us right now to make sure that men and young adults and children, and not just people with the diagnosis, but people that are impacted by a diagnosis. As you
families
said,
and friends.
Families, caregivers. We really, as everyone knows that's been impacted by cancer, it has a ripple effect throughout that support network, whether that's the family, whether that's friends, whether that's colleagues, etc. And so it's really important for us to serve all of those folks. And part of what we want other sort of target populations to know is that we have activities that will be catered to your needs and your interests. So whether you're a woman or a man, or whether you're a 20 or 30 something or 50 or 60 something or a teenager, part of what we do is customize what we're doing for your specific needs. It might be your age, it might be the type of cancer you're impacted by, it might be a variety of different opportunities or needs that you have. But all that we do, even with that broad mission, is to customize and tailor what you need and make sure you're getting what you need.
I love that. And the fact, too, that it's a free service.
It is, and that's always been a part of our mission and always will be a part of our mission, because we know that there's so many things on someone's mind, so many anxieties, so many concerns, and so many uncertainties. The last thing they need to be thinking about is, can I afford this, or what's this going to cost? And we want to make sure that the folks just know they can come in and get what they need, and that money is not an issue that needs to be dealt with, at least in our environment.
Right, and no appointment is necessary, right, Jonathan? Can you just walk in off the street?
Well, absolutely. You can call, you can visit the website, and what we'll do is, even if you just walk in, again, one of our clinical social workers will sit down and spend some time with you and figure out your needs, and then take it from there. And there's just a couple of steps to kind of getting you oriented to what we do and developing that customized membership plan so we know we can meet your needs most effectively. But that's what we're here for. We try to keep the obstacles as low as possible.
Yeah.
The way we like to talk about it is, once someone sort of walks in that red door, they usually come back. We've created a comfortable, home-like environment to put people at ease, and then really spend some time with them, making sure that not only are they comfortable, but they're aware of what we can do for them. And then it's really up to them to decide what is most appropriate for them and how we can best support them.
I've been there, and you're right. It is a very inviting and cozy atmosphere, and I think once you go one time, you're going to want to go back. You're going to want to go back many times. And you offer throughout the year ongoing monthly workshops. I think I read you have over, 50 workshops and lectures every month.
Well, and the support networking groups is around 50 every month. Yeah. Total, there's over 100 activities that happen in the clubhouse, because we have support networking groups that meet on a very regular basis. We have educational workshops and lectures where folks can come learn about the latest treatment options and those kinds of things. We also have a lot of healthy lifestyle classes where they can learn new skills, how to take care of themselves. And we have some really important social activities as well, where folks are building relationships with peers who are going through the same types of challenges. And that can be really essential so that they are getting the support they need even beyond their time in the clubhouse with us. We have so many of our members that really expand their support networks through people they meet at various Gilda's Club activities and continue to spend time with them outside of their time with Gilda's Club.
I love that. So you make some great friends in the process. Well, I wanted to sort of break down some of the great workshops and types of classes that you have, because when I was reading through the list, a lot of them, not having gone through this myself, I was curious. I was like, wow, I'd never really thought about the fact that you would have laughter yoga.
Right, right. And that's really important for a couple of reasons. One, from the very beginning, as you already mentioned, our legacy and connection to Gilda Radner. She was a comedian, right? And she obviously understood that in the midst of what can be really challenging and really heavy and tough issues to deal with, that laughter certainly was something that she needed to help her through the process. And you know what? It's not just for professional comedians. We all need those moments of levity. I think most of us can reflect on any of those kinds of tense, traumatic experiences we've had, cancer-related or not, where someone broke the ice with a desperately needed laugh or a joke or whatever, and that really is part of the process for us. And that's something we want folks to know as well, is throughout the clubhouse, throughout the days and the activities, yes, there are tough issues that get dealt with, and we absolutely have created a safe space for folks to deal with things that are weighing really heavily on their hearts and minds. But there's a lot of laughter in Gilda's Club. I can't tell you how many times I overhear a group bursting into laughter, through the walls in one of the active support groups. And it's really a big part of why people come back, because it can be everything you need in the right time, in the right way. And that's really what we're trying to offer.
Oh, I love that. And that's just one of many classes. So another one that stood out for me, and I'm hearing so much about it in the news, and I see how it can have a connection to folks who are dealing with cancer, and that's essential oils. So you offer workshops and classes, and how that can also help perhaps benefit some of these folks.
Absolutely. One of the things we're most proud of is the way that our process is set up. So I mentioned that each person spends some time one-on-one with one of our social workers to really find out what their needs are. And that not only helps us serve that individual in front of us, but that keeps us constantly with our finger on the pulse of what is happening, what are the new interests, what are the new ideas, and we can, within a month or two, offer a workshop on a new topic that's becoming more popular, there's more interest in, that folks ask about, and that's a great example of a topic where we're constantly adding new workshops, trying things out. We've got incredible professional volunteers in the community who know these topics well and can come in and share their expertise with folks who could really benefit very directly, and that's just one of many topics that we're able to offer.
I was going to ask you about that very thing, and that is volunteers. Do you have a need for volunteers? How could someone maybe volunteer for the organization?
We do, absolutely. There's so many ways that volunteers can support people living with cancer and impacted by cancer in our clubhouse. Everything from administrative ways. We have really important program calendars that get mailed out every month, and we need just logistical help getting those calendars out. And that, you know, it's an administrative task, but it's really important. People are looking for those calendars, and those are the things that really help them connect to the kinds of support services they need. We have special events like a golf tournament and a fashion show and a dinner party where we need lots of folks to come and help us logistically with those events, and those are great opportunities to really interact with other folks who are in our cancer support community. And then we also need those professional volunteers who volunteer their time to lead a laughter yoga workshop, to lead an essential oils workshop, to talk about whatever is they're passionate about that some of our members may be interested in. So there are so many ways to volunteer time with Gilda's Club.
And you know, you offer everything from arts and crafts classes. You have cooking classes even. We
do. We have a wonderful state-of-the-art kitchen in our clubhouse. And, you know, cooking and nutrition are really important. You know, we all have those comfort foods that help us feel better, particularly during times of stress, and being impacted by cancer is certainly a stressful time. And yet there are also new techniques and new foods and cooking styles that you might want to be introduced to help take care of yourself or someone you love if you're a caregiver for someone impacted by cancer. So those are some of our most popular classes. They're tasty. We all get to enjoy the fruits of the labor, and you get to learn some new skills and meet some great folks in the process of learning.
Wonderful. Well, there's so many great things about Gilda's Club, and I'm so happy you came on to tell us all about it. You're doing great work, and I would encourage anybody out there who is impacted in any way by cancer to contact you all here in Nashville.
Great. Well, thank you so much. We really enjoy being here and serving folks, and appreciate the opportunity to talk more about Gilda's Club.
You're very welcome. Stay with us, because when we come back, we're going to talk about how 50 Forward is helping older folks live a more independent and fulfilling life. So stay with us.